Hello my fellow riders, this is Chris at Riding Reviews, and today we're going to be taking a little bit of a ride on a CFmoto 650 NK. So today, as you can see, we're on the CFmoto 650 NK, and this is a Euro 4 spec 650cc. I think it's a twin one. I'm not sure. I'll put in the little thing up the top here to tell you exactly what the spec is of the bike. We've had this sitting around for about a year now, and because we only really sell small capacity bikes, we found it quite hard to sell this one, so we actually sold it at a pretty big discount just so that we can get it out of the shop, because obviously there's quite a lot of money's worth just sitting there doing nothing. So I think we sold this somewhere in the £3,800 mark. Which I believe is about £1,000 off. I think they were supposed to be 4,800. So this is a 6-speed 650cc. I don't know if you'd call it a naked, what should we call it? A naked commuter. Now it is fairly windy to get it today, so I don't know if you can actually hear me very well. These things are like that. It's a bit hard to get rid of the wind and stuff out of these videos. So as you can see, it has quite a bit of get up and gone, which is always a good thing. In 4th gear. I don't want to be going over the speed limit. I don't usually like going over the speed limit anyway, but if you do it on camera, that's just stupid. Sometimes in certain circumstances you do need to go over the speed limit, like overtaking, not excessively. I mean, you don't have to be going past somebody at 130 miles an hour, but if somebody is being silly and in your way, and they're not letting you past, or something like that, sometimes it's safer for everybody concerned if you just overtake them and get out of their way. Just because some people just don't like motorbikers. I think that's just the way it is. Now this video is going to be fairly short, because we always do the 6 miles round the block, and I'm pretty sure because I've got that little bit extra oomph, we'll get round that little bit faster. But this is another one of those things that you need to think about, really. Do you need a 650? Now I'm not saying not to get a 650, but in the UK market and the way that the UK laws are and stuff like that, you can't go to the speed that these things go anyway. This will do, I imagine, somewhere in the 130, 140 mile per hour range. And if you get caught anything over, I think it's 100 miles an hour now, that's an instant loss of license for 2 years, I believe it is. And then when you do actually go back and get onto your provisional again, you would have to take your test. So the whole thing, redo it all, redo your car license. that's another thing that I'm not 100% sure of. Maybe you guys can comment below and correct me. But if you lose your license on a motorbike for going too fast or whatever, do you lose your license on a car as well? And that would be the same vice versa. If you lose your car license, do you lose your motorbike license? I would imagine for safety it would be yes, but I would imagine for bureaucracy and politics it may be no. So yeah, if you can comment below and let me know on that one, that'll be good. Now let's talk about this bike a little bit. So the way that the mirrors are set up in a minute, you get about half. You can use about half the mirrors on this. The way it's set up at the minute, you can adjust it a little bit, but I don't think it's going to make that much difference. So it does have an eco mode and a sports mode that you can change on the fly. Has a gear indicator, speed, petrol, engine management light. It does have ABS, but you do have to go, I think it's 200 yards before your ABS actually activates. Has indicators, high beam, low beam. It does have a flash, but I would suggest you don't actually use that, just because if you use your flash, then you're responsible for whoever you flashed. So, and another thing is with the flashing thing, there was a thing a little while back that people were driving on the opposite side of the road and specifically turn their lights off, and it was something to do with gangs and stuff like that. And what they would do is, if somebody flashed at them, then they would go and chase them down, just for, I don't know if it's something to do with, I don't know, gang lines or something like that. I'm not 100% sure, and it may not be true. This is just something that I heard on the grapevine, shall we say. So yeah, this bike compared to all the other 125s and 250s, you can definitely tell that it has a lot more get up and go. Now you can't give it too much of get up and go with these sort of tyres straight away, because they do need running in. On a 125 and even to a certain point a 250, the bike can't out-torque the grip on the tyres unless you're actually trying to do it. But like on a normal road with brand new tyres, and even to a certain extent when the road is a little bit slick, your bike's not going to out-torque your tyres. But on a bigger bike like a 650, it is 100% going to have the power to out-torque those tyres, even like in second gear. So even just coming off of that junction there, I was in 5th gear and they're still good enough to pull me. So now the bike's nice and warmed up, we'll take it the extra 2 miles, just because with these sort of bikes you want them to get a little bit warmer, just so that things like the fans can activate and you can get the engine to how warm it's supposed to be, a good running temperature. And I want the oil to get up into all the little nickels and little areas in the engine. Then you take it back, you let it cool down, and then you check the oil, make sure that there is enough oil in there. So I'm going to put it in eco mode anyway, and just check, see what the performance difference is on the next road, because the next road is actually a 70 mile an hour one, so we can give it a little bit of get up and go, and we'll just see what the difference is in eco mode. Somebody bought a CFmoto 250 off of us before, and they were saying how much underpowered it was. But yeah, they had it in eco mode, and when they put it back into standard mode, it was that was a 70 mile an hour thing. I wasn't gunning it too hard, but you can check on the timing of the video anyway to see what sort of speed and how fast it got to that point was. I'm not one for super duper sonic speeds anyway. I'd rather be going around a twisty turny lane rather than going super fast. But I do like the bigger bikes, number one, because you don't have to go very fast to you don't have to be going very fast to have fun. And if you're not going very fast on a bigger bike, it means that you, at 70 mile an hour on my pan-European, I'm doing somewhere in the region of 2,000 to 2,500 miles RPM. So thank you for watching my video on the CFmoto 650 NK. Now, cheap bikes for us will not be stocking these anymore in the shop anyway, just because of for us is money that's just going to be sitting there doing nothing for a year or so. But if you want one, we can get them for you. So we will order them in for you, but we won't keep them as a standing stock. Anyway, thank you for watching my video. I hope I haven't blabbered on too long. And remember, hit that subscribe button to stay updated to all my latest content. But as always, ride safe.